Today is kind of an exciting day. I'm going to be starting a new project, actually a new product. The name of this product is Kathy's Chair. It's modeled after our child's chair, and it kind of is more like a juvenile chair. It fits in between a child's chair and an adult chair in size. So it's going to be a really neat chair for someone who would like a child's chair, or has outgrown one and would like something a little bigger for their child, or someone who just wants to start out with something that they'll be able to use a little longer. I'll be going through the process. It's a wing chair, and I'll be showing you how we build them and how it's upholstered. If you're interested in how to upholster, you can also watch our video series on how to upholster a wing chair, which is intended to give a little more in-depth coverage on what actually goes through upholstering or reupholstering a piece. So follow along, and I hope you enjoy. And thanks for watching. Here's the mock-up frame of the juvenile chair. I'm actually going to be making two of these chairs, one for the showroom and one for my customer. As you can see, we use a soft maple for all the frame except for the parts that are exposed. In this case, we're using a mahogany. The customer has chosen a walnut, and I'll be going through the process on that. You can see that I like to use a 5/4 thick solid maple in the frames. Makes the chairs very solid, durable. This uses mortise and tenon construction throughout. Off camera, I went ahead and cut out a lot of the frame members. A lot of this was kind of done by trial and error, trying to get the proportions of the chair just right. And we have the crest rail, two back rails, side rails, and front and back rails. I also have the arm fronts. So basically all that's left to do now is to cut out the legs and the wings. The wings are kind of difficult to do because there's so many compound curves. It's really difficult to make a jig for those, so they're almost done directly on the chair. I will use the wings that I've already figured out on the first frame as templates, and I'll make an extra set of wings to have on hand for next time that we go through and make some more of these chairs. I had to disassemble the mock-up of the chair so that I could use it to trace the profile of the rear legs, and also make sure that I get my mortises exactly where I want them. And now that all the mortises have been cut in the legs, the front legs especially, I need to glue the arm fronts onto the front legs. I've got them arranged right where I want to glue them. You'll notice that I've left a little extra material up here and also on the back of these arm fronts. You can tell by looking at the mock-up of the other chair right there in this area. It's been curved, and also this has been cut off here. I'm going to wait and do that after my other pieces are glued up, simply because it's a lot easier to get a clamp on a flat surface. If I had cut this and then tried to clamp that up, my clamps would slip off and it'd be very difficult. So I leave those with a little extra material on them until they're glued up, and then we'll just trim it off in the bandsaw. Once these are dry, and they're good and dry by now, we can take these out of the clamps and I'll go over to the bandsaw and we'll cut the final shapes out. The majority of our parts cut out. I guess what I'm talking about right now mostly is front legs and the back legs and the 4 stretchers. I'm going to go ahead and fit the mortise and the tenons by hand. Of course, they're a little bit oversized right now. I'm going to fit those until I get them just perfect, and then we can glue up the base. First thing that I want to do is I just want to go through and clean up the mortise after it's been through the mortise machine. I'm going to do that with a 1/2-inch chisel. Just want to clean up all the residue that's left in here and bring this all the way down to the final depth. See, we're a little bit big, so now that I got that cleaned up, I'll work on the tenon. What I'm going to do is just go through all the 4 stretchers, and I'll just fine-tune the fit of the mortise and tenon. Once I get that achieved, I'll go ahead and glue this up. Once all of the 4 corners have had their joints fitted, and I've put everything together and made sure that everything fits right and fits in as it should, I can go ahead and glue this up. But before I do that, I'm going to disassemble it, and I'm going to give the legs a final sanding. Then I will sign and date one of the back legs, and we'll give it a coat of oil, and then I will put this in the clamps and we'll let it set for 24 hours.